Goodbye. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Hey, hey, hey. Goodbye. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Man Cave. We are Corey, Jamie, Ryan, and Hemp, and you are listening to the Much About Nothing podcast, the show where we give expert takes and good-hearted debates. We talk ball and anything and everything else. Today, we will be breaking down the Super Bowl between the Eagles and Chiefs. If you got something to say, put it in the comments. If you are new to the pod, greetings. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, smash that bell. If you're already a part of the fam, welcome back. Please like, share, and comment. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let's get into it.
I enjoyed the intro.
Hey, that was great. Oh man.
Hey, man, brother, help, man.
That's what we doing today, Corey. That's what we doing today. That's what we doing.
That's my one, man. That's my one. I had to pull fun because I did it, you know what I'm saying? But that's it, man. It is a sad place to be. But at least we could say we joined together. We was all one and losing. We don't know too many Kansas City Chiefs fans. We all are losers together. We're going to band together and be great losers. You know what I'm saying? On this podcast, we are fans of losers. That's where we at. And I'm glad that you get to join us because I don't know how to react to a winner. So, welcome. You know?
Welcome to the everlasting couch till September, my brother. Because we going to be here.
We're going to be here for a while. But things get interesting. It is after Super Bowl. I think this is the most exciting time of the year. After the Super Bowl got over with, after my team was out of it, I was ready for this thing. Thank you. Now we can get into the good things, off-season, trade deadlines, all the interesting things that make football so good. If you do not like the off-season, it's a shame to be you. Off-season is one of the most fun times for a dreamer. That's what I am, a dreamer. I dream every year. My team hosting the Lombardi, and I get to dream again. And the dream starts again, baby. Dream starts again. Back on you here.
All right, so we're going to talk about the most important thing that happened yesterday, the Puppy Bowl. Do you got any of those highlights to put up here?
I don't even know what that is. Puppy Bowl. What goes on?
Puppy Bowl, man. Ain't nobody watching the Super Bowl, bro. Everybody's watching the Puppy Bowl. It's just cute, furry happiness, man.
Nah, I just watched a chief shoot an eagle out the sky for dinner. But I mean, it is what it is. Who might be?
Go ahead and get it out, man. Go ahead and get it out, man. Get it out, man. Get it out. All right, man. All right. How you want to do this, Corey? Because
we're on it right there at the bottom. Thoughts on the game, man. Let's just go around the round table and
check out. I'm gonna go last, man. I've earned the right to go last. My team lasted the longest. I'll go last.
I guess I started off, man. For real. Honestly, I never get a chance to watch the Super Bowl. If it wasn't for this podcast, I would not have been watching. I mean, I'm a person that, you could say I wear my losses hard. If my team lose, I don't care about sports. I only watch my teams. But I tell you the truth, man, looking at this Super Bowl, I think I missed something, man. This was a great game. Either team was deserving to win. I think it probably hurts more saying that, Hamp, but at the end of the day, if y'all would have won this game, I think it came down to whoever had the ball last. And Pat Mahomes had the ball last, and that's not what you want. That's a recipe for wins. But at the end of the day, I really remember you said a star is born. That star was still born. I'm gonna give respect to Jalen Hurts because he looked every bit of a talented quarterback yesterday. I think he rose to that challenge, and he didn't look like. Besides that fumble, that's just, the only thing you can criticize him is on that fumble. That wasn't a forced fumble. That was just him switching from one hand to the other and just fumble the cookies. At the end of the day, that's the one thing you can point on him making a bad decision. But at the end of the day, that defense could be pointed to more. And I mean, everything about that game was good. If you didn't enjoy that game, I don't know what you were watching. Passing on, man. That's my thoughts.
Hey man, hey, what Craig said. Look, Craig said he wants to hear about the fourth quarter call discussion.
We ain't talking about that right now. We let Jamie get his thoughts on the game.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah, we'll get into that at some point.
Oh, I was gonna go right into that after what I said, but I mean,
Oh, we got a caption for that now. Gotta slow down. Slow down.
but my thoughts on the game. It was a great game. I enjoyed it. Eagles dominated that first half. They dominated the first half, and second half, I don't know what happened to the defense. They look like a shut themselves. When the offense couldn't even move the ball for real either. I mean, great second half was justified by the Chiefs. Definitely by the Chiefs. They didn't let the running backs get off either. They didn't let that running game get off. One person really ran the ball was Jalen Hurts. So the running backs together, they didn't really do anything. Got some questionable calls, you know what I'm saying? Helmet catch, whatever. You know. Thank you, Mr. One. I know I get down that grill, man. I mean, I did cook some birds up yesterday for hemp though. They weren't Eagles, but there was some birds. I cooked them up, you know what I mean? But
yes, sir.
Other than that though, I enjoyed the game. I didn't like that fourth quarter call, but we'll get there when we get there.
Ryan, to you.
Hey man, Philly had an identity and decided to get cute. Miles Sanders did not touch the ball as much as he needed to yesterday. Andy Reid came out second half and showed why experience in that situation matters. He made adjustments in the second half where he literally made it seem as if the Chiefs were playing 7-on-7 with a running back. Isaiah Pacheco had a big game yesterday. Philly's defense definitely disappeared. They scored on every drive they had in the second half. And, and again, like, we give props. Jalen balled out, right? But at the end of the day, he balled out and took that L. So, the city of Philadelphia, I feel your pain. They got to get big towels to wipe all that grease off them poles that they did and paying out all that extra overtime for their essential workers, greasing up light poles and stuff like that. And, I can only imagine what the traffic probably was non-existent today because nobody went to work. But, it's. I think I said something yesterday to a couple friends. I think betting against Mahomes is like betting against Tom Brady. It ain't a smart bet. It ain't a smart bet. So,
100%.
Oh, it's on me.
Yes. Sir.
Mm-hmm. We want to hear from you.
All right. Well, the first thing I'm gonna say is shout out to Mahomes. He becomes the first player since 1999 to win the MVP and the Super Bowl MVP in the same season. Just man, I'm gonna tell you, man. I got mixed feelings about this thing, man. That was probably the best Super Bowl I've watched in my lifetime.
I wouldn't say the best, but it's one.
Thank you.
It's one of the top.
I said
it
for me.
One of the top.
I said for me, it's one of the best Super Bowls I watched. The game was exciting from beginning to end. I know we're gonna get into that call, and I'm gonna hold my thoughts on that call until we get to it. But Jalen Hurts, for whatever you want to say about you can't bet against Pat Mahomes, let's just talk about these numbers here. That man was 27 for 38. He threw for 304 yards and then ran for 70 yards, rushed for 3 touchdowns on the ground, and threw for another touchdown. Like, that is the MVP. That is the Super Bowl MVP. He just didn't get an opportunity to get the ball back. And again,
yes, he did.
Man, stop it, man.
He threw it to the 20-yard line. But anyway, keep going. My bad.
He didn't get an opportunity. He didn't get an opportunity to get the ball back and do it and get a drive. But the young man played extremely well. It was a hard-fought game. That's my take on it, man. Do you want to get into some of these numbers? Like Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes, it was a tale of two halves. In the first half, the Eagles did exactly what they were supposed to do. That field was trash, too. That's another thing that I want to talk about. No. That field was trash. And I mean, it's no advantage to anybody else, but
Hold on,
I
that's
think
not
that
the first Super Bowl play there though. They play a lot of Super Bowls there.
They
nah,
every time they play there, the field is always trash though. Every time because you putting too much paint on the field.
Yeah.
Hey, look, man, I'm not doing this with him today. And no moral victories. No. What I'm saying, no moral. I'm not giving him no moral victories.
Listen, I'm not making excuses. I'm not making excuses,
bro. You go ahead.
I'm not making excuses. What I'm saying is I'm just responding to when you say the pass rush wasn't there. The pass rush wasn't there on either side because I mean I don't know whether the field had something to do with it, but neither of the defensive fronts were really getting to the quarterback like that.
You're talking about you have talented quarterbacks that never really get sacked. They never really get sacked. You ain't seen Pat Mahomes really get sacked his whole career. Jalen Hurts know how to get out of there, bro. It's not a new thing.
I am telling you,
the one that said Pat Mahomes gonna get sacked 5 times. We said it ain't no way.
You had all them cleats. Why y'all change y'all cleats so many times, but the Chiefs players wore the same cleats all game?
Okay.
Like the field ain't gonna change. It's gonna be the same.
Jalen went from the 11s to the 1s and still got an L. Good gosh, somebody.
I've seen people change cleats plenty of times. That ain't got nothing to do with the field. It's just promotion. But anyway, we not gonna sit here and act like Hemp was talking all that trash last week and they got their butt whooped in the second half. And I was kind of happy for it, and I won't. But then I looked on Facebook and I'm like, yo, all these people are talking about the Eagles, and then like, boom, here we go. L, they know where to be found.
Hey man, you got Cherry Collins agrees with you. She said something wrong with the field.
Yeah,
she got that Eagles behind her, so you already know.
Of course,
that Eagles behind her, so you know what that means.
You know that. I think it has something to do with that field paint, that paint they were using, and then of course I will agree with y'all. I will give Philly fans a little bit of leeway. I think it is a terrible idea to use experimental grass during the Super Bowl. Do that in the preseason.
Hold on. How's that experimental grass?
Well, that's what they said. They said it was experimental. It's a new type of turf that they use.
That is all natural grass they use in Arizona.
No, it was turf.
They rolled that in. They rolled that out.
One question. Did both of them
I can
play
answer
on?
the question to you.
Did both of them play on?
They did.
Both teams played on the same.
But listen, Jamie's right. So Arizona has this thing where it is real grass. They pull the entire field outside to get sunshine. So they water it, they give it sunshine. But something happened this last week where the field did not go outside for the last 10 days. So that field has been just wet and muggy. And at halftime, they were trying to dry it the best way they could, but they said the field was just wet. I mean, it is. Both sides played on it, but I'm just saying that's the reason that you didn't see the half-line pass rushes from either side, in my opinion. But going on to people talk about the tale of two halves. Let's talk about this tale of two halves because I want to get rid of some myths. In the second half, let's talk about how great Pat Mahomes was. He was 13 for 14, but in the first half, he was 8 for 13. It really wasn't that big of a difference. He had 89 yards in the first half. He had 93 yards in the second half.
How many turnovers?
6 points. No, because I know we're going down this direction because I've been hearing people. My phone has been blowing off non-stop, and people have been telling me there was a tale of two halves. That Andy Reid was the better coach. He went and made adjustments and this, that, and the third. There was no adjustments. It was the same thing. The biggest issue is when the Eagles got into the red zone. 2 out of 4 times they didn't get touchdowns. They kicked field goals. And, we joke about this, but Corey, how many times have I said it? You got to leave your kicker at home. You almost got to leave your kicker at home when you're playing against the Chiefs. You got to leave him at home. And it came to bite us. It came to bite us in the second half.
During the game, I told y'all, even when the Chiefs missed that kick, I would have went for that. I don't know why you even trying to kick these field goals, man. Let's run it up. Run it up.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like, yeah, because now you got them in bad territory anyway. They got to go the length of the field. I'm pretty sure eventually at some point there's going to be some analytics. There's going to be one team that just refuses to kick these field goals. It's going to happen in the near future. Somebody's going to refuse to kick these field goals, and I think it's coming. But yeah, there really wasn't a real tell. His PFF grade in the second half was 73.6. In the first half, it was 69.7. I don't know how he was able to muster the toughness to run the ball like he did that last drive. but somebody needs a urinalysis today.
My God,
Somebody needs a urinalysis
dog.
because he got a fentanyl shot. I'm sure of it because
Mhm.
he was crying. I saw him crying on the field. I saw him cry. Now all
Bro,
of a sudden,
that man is not even hurt, bro. I don't even think he hurt.
I don't know.
I think he do it for the show.
Oh, he
Yeah,
Paul
I told
Pierce.
you. I thought he was trying to.
He Paul
Yeah,
Pierce.
he was trying to create an excuse at that time. But
I
hey,
He
mean,
tried. He tried to
shout
flu
out to the
game it.
fact.
He tried to flu
Yeah, I
game
think he tried to boost it up a little bit. But
me personally,
come on,
me
man, it didn't
personally,
take all that. I don't care how bad you
nah.
is, man.
Me personally, bro, like that's a high ankle sprain. All right, you heard it 3 weeks ago, right? Then you aggravated against the Bengals.
Mm-hmm.
You heard it again in the Super Bowl, but you walk right back on the field. Come on, man.
And I'm gonna just say I'm not doing this with y'all. All right, I'm not giving him. I'm not doing. Look, the Chiefs won. I don't care
I'm
what
gonna
his
get.
ankle. I don't care about his ankle. I don't care about no PFF grades. I don't care about what the tail of the tape, whatever Hamp talking about.
Bro,
they lost. They
Your
lost.
your hate for the Eagles is just taking over right
I
now.
want Jalen to win the Super Bowl.
No, you
Just
don't.
not this one.
No, you don't.
I literally
No, you don't.
posted it on Facebook yesterday.
No, you don't.
Literally posted it on Facebook yesterday.
No, you don't.
Bro,
You're a Cowboys
we
fan,
have
bro.
we have
You
sat
got
here
look
talking
at
about
the jersey
everything.
behind you, bro. Look at the jersey behind you.
Time out. First of all, you a Titans fan. I'm not
It
dressing.
don't matter. It don't matter.
I'm talking to him.
It don't matter.
I'm not doing this. I ain't talking about the PFF grades and the field and the call and none of that. At the end of the day, in the second half, the Philadelphia Eagles could not stop a leak. A leak. Isaiah Pacheco looked like an all-pro running back against that defense in the second half of the game. Their special teams gave up the longest punt return in Super Bowl history in the second half. I ain't trying to hear none of the other stuff, dog. They lost. They lost.
Man. Yeah, they did.
They lost. And look, PFF this and the tail of the tape, bro, y'all doubled the time of possession in the first half. You kept them off the field for an hour and 20 minutes real life time.
What was the end time of possession? Let me see. What was the end time of possession?
I don't know, but that's how you beat the Chiefs, and they didn't.
Yeah,
they couldn't get it done because they couldn't get one stop on defense.
Yeah, they had 11. They had the ball for 11 more minutes than the Chiefs.
Hey, look here, man. Hey, let's get some of these comments up here because there's some good. It's some real good comments in here.
Yeah, these boys chiming out. Let's read it from the top.
Yeah,
too.
Hey, Craig, I'm glad somebody see this because the hate that's coming off that couch over there, like the hate is ridiculous right there. It ain't even in no logic of that. But that's what else we expect from a couch.
What the same couch you
act like you've been here before.
We welcome you. We welcome you. Y'all come on, sit next to us. That boy wanted to see them say they were going to Disney World yesterday so bad, boy.
Hey, listen, here goes the crazy part about
Funville.
Like, listen to this guy talking about Pacheco and his 76 yards.
Hey.
And 24 of them was on one play. Like,
it don't matter how many yards they have. Total.
76 yards, man.
Miles Sanders?
You said Miles Sanders?
Yeah,
you said about an all-pro. I didn't say nothing about Miles Sanders. He looked great
against y'all. He looked great against that best defense that y'all kept talking about, bro. Right or wrong? Didn't he look great against that stout defense that y'all bragged about was going to take y'all to a ring?
Oh, my goodness, man. I understand you want to make this narrative like the Eagles got beat. Man, a kicker decided this game. And the kicker decided this game after a questionable call that we're going to get into in a little bit. But yeah, I mean, this was no beatdown. As much as
nobody said it was a beatdown. Did y'all lose? Did you win?
A kicker decided the game, man.
Did you win?
A kicker.
Did you win?
Say what?
Did y'all win? Did the commercial come on saying the Eagles? Y'all Super Bowl stuff is on its way to Africa for all them kids that need clothes.
Hold on. Somebody posted a quote by him. Nobody can beat the Eagles. That's a quote. That's a one and only Jones.
Man, listen, we supposed to be going down this whole chat, but you picking and choosing.
Man, you supposed
to be the that you want to choose.
No, you read it and I'm gonna post it. Start from the top.
Okay, first question. And this goes to the three over here. Did you make it? Very good question.
Did you win?
Cherry, very good question. Did you make it? I'm sorry. We're answering questions in the comment section. Did you make it?
I think we all get participation trophies though.
Exactly.
Like everybody there got.
Thank you. All right,
we
now,
participated
Dak
in the
Prescott got a
league this
trophy.
year.
Dak Prescott left with a trophy.
Can we go down the chat? You asked me to go down the chat.
All right.
Cherry Collins. At least we made it. Thank you, ma'am. Yes, we did.
Yes, we made it.
All right. We'll skip over this. Cartel says they moved the ball well on 4th down and should have kept being aggressive. I agree to that, Kevin.
Yeah,
they should
took their foot off the ground.
Okay.
Yes,
all right. As far as those couches, you've been sitting on those couches since the 90s. Thank you, Cherry.
Hey, y'all got one Super Bowl in 88 years of a franchise history. I'm not doing this with y'all today. Go read Crystal comment at the top for me. Go read Crystal comment at the top for me.
I'm sorry. She welcomes us with open arms. This is
right
out of control.
It don't matter.
This is out. Touchdown. This is out of here. Back to the. I like what Stokes says. Stokes said, "I'm gonna tell you, man. I'm not into conspiracy theories like this, Stokes, but I'm gonna tell you, man. That script. Jamie told me about the script. I didn't hear about the script.
That script didn't play out like you thought it was gonna play out.
And listen, that script that Jamie told me about, and then how the game ended, it had me like.
Hey, so that means AD had the script because AD said the Chiefs was gonna win by 3 last week on the podcast.
But Nate Burleson said it's gonna be 35-38.
Yeah, 35.
With a field goal and Patrick Mahomes MVP.
He called that joke right before the game. Yeah,
there was no guess.
That was good.
You part of the joke that think it's rigged.
Oh no, because at first he thought Arian Foster was crazy for talking about the script. Now they believe the script. You see what I'm saying?
I'm just joking about it. I'm joking about it, bro. It's been changed up so many times.
I'm reading Stokes' comment, man. That's it, man. I'm reading Stokes' comment.
What I'm saying is like, yo, it's so many different ways that Super Bowl could have went. Pat Mahomes could have thrown a pitch to the crib. Like
I thought plenty of Super Bowls been rigged, and this ain't the first one that I thought.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. It ain't too. Again, when you talk about experiencing Andy Reid, y'all remember when Hemp was up here talking about how great them cornerbacks was in Philly? Big play Tay, James Bradbury.
Big play Tay?
Big play Darius Slay. I'm sorry, Slay. Big play Slay. Avante Madden, James Bradbury. All them boys was barbecue chicken last night. They gave up 2 touchdowns wide open on the simplest simplest routes you can have, bro. Okay. Am I wrong? Didn't they both get beat down?
Yeah. All right, man.
Let's move on to that holding period.
Hold on. Before we go into the, all right, we can go into the holding period now. All right, let's go ahead and do it now.
Do it now. I got a lot to get off my chest.
I think we all.
Can I go first?
Please.
James Bradbury said he grabbed his jersey.
Okay, and
yeah, he told me.
The man that did it.
And
yeah.
And he said, okay, after the game, I grabbed his jersey. Okay, and you just gonna let the game go off of that? So now if that was y'all and that happened to y'all,
the whole world would have laughed at us and told us to shut up, and we would have been complaining. Just like the Dez catch, they still laughing at 10 years later. Next.
I can say this for a fact though. Everybody is consistent with exactly what they said because we had a call against the Bengals when he went out of bounds. Pat Mahomes went out of bounds. That late hit was it right? Some of them said the same thing. He was out of bounds. That was
real.
I said the same thing Hamp said. I wouldn't have called it.
No,
I don't like the refs calling the game. I believe yes, it was holding. Anybody that says that's not holding, at the end of the day, the refs got a job to do too. They can not call it or call it. I don't believe that. I don't like. Yeah, I do not like that.
Can I get into? Yeah, I got to take on it. I'm gonna tell you like this. Is it defensive holding? I don't know.
I can pull it up. I got it on.
I'm gonna say I don't know. Maybe is it defensive holding? I'm gonna say maybe. Does it feel wrong to call it? Does it feel wrong to call it right there with 2 minutes? And I mean, at the end of the game like that, when the game it's been hard fought the entire game. Does it make sense to call it right there? No. And unfortunately today, across America, instead of people talking about who won the game, We're talking about who stole the game or what would have happened. Like that's not what we're talking about. And so it's always tough when the referees insert themselves into the game.
So what they just supposed to sit there and let's just let them play, do whatever they want to do the whole game.
And I got some bad news for you. If you don't notice, what you saw right there, pretty much I will bet you at least 50% of the passes you see that happening. Would you agree, Jamie?
Yeah.
No question. It's holding on every play.
But my thing is, did they insert themselves in the NFC Championship game with the Rams and the Saints? No, they did not. They let that walk.
No, they let it walk.
But they insert themselves into the Super Bowl though.
There's different. The NFL every year has different points of emphasis. Now, again, the point that I was making before y'all start, I don't like that they made the call. Right? I feel like in that instance, maybe it's the Super Bowl, right? But then I look at the reality of it. Weren't they already in field goal range?
Yeah.
Let me finish. Hold on. They were already in field goal range. But they were already in field goal range.
It's third down with a minute and 30 left.
The ball.
Right. Let me finish. Let me finish. Let me ask my question. With what Philly had done in the second half, do you think they go down and tie the game up?
Yes.
I don't know.
They just scored the field goal.
You don't know.
They just scored a touchdown. Yeah, they had just scored.
Yeah, I think Aaron Darden is echoing your sentiments with his own. Aaron Darden say, with or without the hole, I think the outcome would have been the same. The offense was on fire the entire second.
Thank you. Let's say y'all do go score. Let's say y'all do go score. Pat Mahomes get the ball back with 45 seconds.
No,
same outcome.
45.
Bro,
he's not
come on,
45. Send this to overtime. We get an extra 10 minutes of a great Super Bowl.
That's my point.
But look, but what happens when Jake Elliott? Let's say Jake Elliott does get a chance to tie the game and he slip on the paint. Then we got a whole nother argument.
Bro.
Right?
I don't think
this is the point, bro. I understand. It was a hold. Do we hate the fact that it was called? Yes. But
no, you don't. You don't hate the fact that it is.
I don't care either way, bro.
Yeah, you do. Yes, you do.
If it was my team, I'd be upset, right? Because they
just said you wouldn't. You just said you wouldn't.
I said I would be upset. I didn't say that. As a fan, I would be upset. Was it a hold? Jay, was it a hold? Yes or no?
I have no clue. I don't know.
James Bradbury, the man that did it said that it was a hold, guys.
I don't know. He can say it was a hold all he wants to.
He can say he wants to. He can say he wants to. So he was in the game. On the field, not watching.
Katie said his foot could have been off the 3-point line, but it was on it, wasn't it?
And look, man, if it was a fifth, I'd be drunk. Start over.
You probably were.
Start over.
Did you put Craig?
No, I sound like a person.
Oh, which one?
Somebody that don't like the Eagles.
The Juju.
Yeah, the Juju. And I'm gonna tell you like this: like if you really look at the play, and I know, like I said, you got your venom going right now. You ain't even looking to be reasonable. If you watch the play, you can see that the pass rush actually was getting to Pat this time, and Pat was trying to get rid of the ball. He was trying to get rid of the ball. When it went over Juju's head, Juju didn't look to even ask for a penalty or anything because he knew it was nothing there. He knew that Pat was throwing the ball. He knew Pat was throwing the ball away because Pat didn't want to take a sack and get him out of field goal range. We all knew what it was.
I don't think but that's the reason why it's a holding to him. It wasn't pass interference. He had no chance of catching the jump. It's a holding. Holding is a holding.
It's different.
It don't matter. It's 5 yards. It's holding. It don't matter.
It's a terrible moment for that call to happen. Nope, and I'm not disagreeing with that. But it was a hold. That it doesn't change that it was just the big time. The ref's not thinking about it's 2 minutes left in the Super Bowl.
Yes, he is. And if he's not thinking about it, fire.
Bro.
No.
Because of the entertainment of it.
If he does not understand the time, if he's that simple of a man that he shouldn't be refereeing. But he can't take consideration. This is 3rd and 8. This is 3rd and 8. It's an uncatchable ball. Like this happened within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. Like what he's doing is too much, man. You telling me he didn't know that?
Thanks,
nah, man.
But you can say the exact same thing though, Hamp. You can say the refs are controlling the game by not calling. At the end of the day, the Chiefs fans you need to call that.
Yeah, like that picture I just showed where Juju was getting held and they ain't call it.
How much he on that parlay? And how much he on that parlay? The ref.
Hey, we're gonna find out if he Calvin. We're gonna find out if he Calvin Ridley. We'll see.
How much he on that parlay?
We'll find
That's all
out.
you gotta
I
do.
don't know, man. I think it's a lot of more things that happen in that game. I think it's
listen,
always these calls.
Of course.
They're always
But,
gonna be these.
they shouldn't have let Tony get that punt return like that.
You're right, and I have no problem talking about those things. Like minus that penalty, we're talking about something we could be talking about. What is special teams failure? But I told you, Corey. You remember we had this conversation about Tony a long time ago, and I told you, I said Tony is a special player. I said I think he might be a head case. I said, but like this guy can break a game open. I know it, and it just happened to be against my team that he did do it. And so I listen, man. I don't even know if you could do anything with that special teams play. Sometimes some guys are just faster and quicker, and they just got enough twitch to them to get to the outside. Like that just happened.
That's true. Y'all lost to Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Juju Smith-Schuster, Kadarius Toney. Travis Kelce had 3 receptions the entire game.
They the runaways.
They beat y'all with everybody that nobody else wanted.
The castaways, man. Nobody wanted.
Bro, first of all,
I do Tyreek Hill this morning.
First of all,
what about Tyreek Hill?
We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that replacement thing, bro.
What Tyreek Hill like this?
These dudes are top round picks. We're not about to do that. No, sir.
These
dudes just played on teams where they couldn't fit in that system. When they go, when these fast receivers go to Andy Reid's system, they fit there. We're not about to do that.
I wish he would come out and say he just didn't want to see the Chiefs win the Super Bowl because he really sounded like an Eagles fan.
Bro, I don't care about the Chiefs or the
Eagles.
Yeah,
you did because you said you didn't want the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl.
I didn't. But I don't really care who won it. But I'm just saying, you're not about to sit there like these. You're not about to
Thank you, Corey.
No,
I'm
about me.
I'm saying that you can't judge.
Exactly.
Can I have one too?
Yeah.
But you're not about to sit here and say these dudes were cast off.
So let me ask you a question. As a Titans fan, which one of the receivers would you want? Which one of the receivers would you want on your team, bro? Which one of the receivers would you want on your team?
The ones the Cowboys would want, that's who they would. But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the Chiefs. We're talking about these dudes were cast off, bro.
Again, they were castaways.
No, they were not.
Were they castaways?
No.
Corey, were they castaways?
No. They got Scantling in free agency. No, they got Scantling in free agency. They got Juju in free agency, and they traded for Tony. So what are you talking about?
Hey, Corey.
Yeah, but they got him in free agency because they let him go. They could have. Could have signed.
No.
Thank you.
No, they signed $10 million.
Green Bay could have signed. They needed wide receiver.
Okay. They signed $10 million contracts, man.
Bro, Green Bay drafted a wide receiver. That's why they didn't. That's why they let him walk.
I would agree, but they could have kept.
Yeah, but
they wanted to keep him. They could have kept.
All right, so what's her name? Cherry. She's making some very good points, man. Like that fumble that Jalen had. I mean, I know he is.
Bro, it was a fumble. The ball slipped. I don't want to hear none of that, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know he's hating that for himself.
Yeah, I'm not saying no, he didn't do it on purpose.
No, I know. He
was trying to switch it to the other hand.
He's usually pretty handy with the ball. He's not known for his fumbling. It just happened.
That was an unfortunate play, man. It was unfortunate.
It just happened. And speaking of Jalen Hurts, man, something I want to say, man, like his rushing statistics, like 15 attempts is most by a quarterback, 70 yards is most by a quarterback. Yards after contact, 45, most by a quarterback. First down conversions, 10, most by a quarterback. Yards of 10 or more yards, most by a quarterback. First down touchdown conversion percentage, best ever as a quarterback. I'm not even going to sit here.
This dude, boy. Oh my
God.
I'm still hyped about that man. I'm still hyped about that.
Why are we saying that? Why are you reading it off?
No,
I'm still hyped about that. I don't care.
I think we all agree that he had a great game.
No, I mean, so like we like I'm not gonna sit here like for me, how I feel about it is I'm not gonna put this game. You never heard, and if an Eagle fan say that Jalen Hurts in that fumble was
can't do it.
I can't do it, but he did
Hey, Corey, can we go to Stokes' comment, please? Please go to Stokes' comment.
Which one?
The no-name receivers.
The no-name receivers.
Mm-hmm.
So Kadarius Toney, a no-name receiver.
Exactly. He first round pick.
I mean, he was the 20th pick in the first round.
Yeah, he first round pick.
No, I think that's the best receiver on the team.
Yeah, no question. Well, outside of
Yeah.
Kelsey,
But
yeah.
I would say Kansas City proved that playing $30 million, they let a $30 million receiver walk out the door, Tyreek Hill. None of them better than Tyreek Hill.
No,
I don't care who you call out. None of
no.
them are better than Tyreek Hill. They let him out the door and they said, give me anybody else. Give me a Kadarius. I can win with him. Because at the
That's
end
not
of
what
the day,
they
the
said.
Giants wouldn't have had to trade him.
No, what they
No,
said
he was
was
not. He was not happy with the Giants because he won't get no burn.
Yeah,
You
he
can
won't
say
get-
that
he
too.
won't get
At
the
the end
ball
of the
with him.
day, the Kansas City Chiefs said,
And Juju,
okay, give me that. I
Juju
can
a
win
second
with it.
round pick. Hello.
We're not saying that. I think they do have talent.
Yeah.
But let's be real, man. They
Nobody's
not
saying they're
know.
not
They won't
talented,
know.
but
And,
nobody-
Jamie,
nobody was
and
wanting
Jamie,
to
I
sign
think you
those
and I the
guys,
only ones that
bro.
remember Juju had what it was like 1,400 yards. We
He
the
had
only
a-
ones that remember that.
Nobody
Well,
saying
like
that.
this.
Nobody said.
I
First of all,
played
nobody said
fantasy
they was
football with all
scrubs.
y'all. Y'all
What I'm
didn't
saying
draft
is nobody was
But-
running. Nobody was running to sign the guys
Hey,
that
then
Kansas
none of
City
them
picked
draft
up,
them
bro.
in fantasy. Then none of you guys draft them
none
in
of them.
fantasy.
Bro,
That's
no-
my only point.
nobody's gonna
Nobody was
nobody's
running
gonna
to
do
pick
it
up those
because
guys.
because nobody's gonna run a track meet like they do.
I'm just saying, you ain't drafting them in fantasy.
Uh,
ain't see
he,
you got
he,
Kadarius on
he
your
definitely
team.
was
None
the
of
one
them.
that said Juju's gonna have a better year than Tyreek Hill, and
Hey,
I can go
I
back.
thought- hey, he won Super Bowl. That's a better year.
No, that's not a better year. That's not a better year.
He got the ring,
you so,
my boy.
boy, you so
He got
full
the
of it.
ring.
You so
Hey, he
full
got
of
the
it, yo.
ring. Bro,
You
why you
so
so
full of it.
upset? Stop sweating so much.
Hey,
Get out
I'm
your
not
feelings.
sweating.
Get out your feelings. He got a ring.
You so
He
full
got a
of it.
ring.
Yeah,
Hey,
you so full
what
of
is the
it,
goal
man.
of playing the sport, Corey? What's the goal
Bro.
of playing the sport, Corey?
Get in the ring.
To
You
do
so
what?
full of it.
To get the
You
ring,
so
Get
right?
a ring.
So did Tyreek Hill have a better season than Juju if he just won
You
a Super
so
Bowl?
full of it. Yeah, he had a
There
better
you go,
season.
right there. Hold
Yeah,
on.
better
Tony is a
statistical
first
year.
round
He had
pick.
a better
Yep.
statistical year.
Yep.
He ain't
But
get the
sure
ring.
haven't
did.
proven to be a number
He
one
sure
receiver.
did.
Do
Thank
I
you.
think he's a great player?
I
Yes,
think
but
I
he
think
ain't
both of them
proven
got
it.
Thank
one
you,
ring
Stokes.
though.
He ain't
Thank you,
proven.
Stokes.
I think both of them got one
We
ring.
ain't
So what
talking
you
about the
saying
past, talking
though?
about this year. We
No,
said
what you
you just
saying
brought up
though?
this year. You
I'm
just
just
brought up this
saying.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
how
you
y'all
said
think
Hey.
Tyreek Hill feel right now?
He
You don't
probably
think
like, hey,
he feeling
Rich.
fine because he
He
paid
feels
his
rich.
rich.
that man
He
said
feels rich.
Tua is just as good as Pat Mahomes. He said Tua is just as good. That man is crazy.
he's supposed to say that though. That's his quarterback. I don't expect him to say
Hey,
nothing else.
Yeah, you got
Well,
a point there. You got a point.
I mean,
You can say the
you
truth
know.
sometimes, though.
Well,
You can say the truth.
listen. I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and I usually don't try to go this route, but I'm gonna tell you, man. We had an opportunity where we had two black quarterbacks playing in the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
and it came down to a field goal. It came
Man,
down
why
to a
you
field
feel
goal
that, man?
kick.
Shout that man out. You gonna steal his dog?
No.
Shout
I
that
said
man
that.
out. You gonna steal his
Play
tape?
the
We all read like it came down to a field goal kick. All
Hey,
the
what
questionable
is-
call. Shout out to
Craig up
Craig.
there.
There you
Shout
go.
out to
Don't
Craig.
put Craig
Yeah,
out there,
like-
man. You gonna steal that man joke? There, gonna shout about like that. Craig, I got you, cuz.
Listen,
Well,
like I
Black
said,
History
man,
Month,
I told you, man. I mean, I hate that it came down to that, man. Was it a whole? I don't know, man. I don't know, and I'm not even gonna debate it. It's unfortunate. I think really, going into your next thing, let's talk about Pat Mahomes and his legacy. I mean, I think we beat this game, but I can't stomach any more of it. Where does Pat Mahomes rank? I personally am not prepared to rank him anywhere. I'm pretty sure
Why not?
he's on his way to be number one though. He's on his way. And that contract that people thought was like, oh my goodness, it's gonna be a bargain soon. And when that thing becomes a bargain, oh Lord knows. So I don't know where he ranks right now. I know that he's in a great position. As long as him and Andy Reid's cholesterol don't go too high, they're gonna be together for a while. And and you can expect them to be in the AFC Championship or the Super Bowl pretty much every year. But the beauty of this is, guys, don't think that this podcast is over after the Super Bowl, because we're gonna go down and break down each teams and the trajectory of what they're going and what they need to do in free agency and what they need to do in the draft and everything. So stay tuned. But yeah, that Chiefs team is well situated. Just like the Eagles team is well situated if you really want to get into draft capital. But another episode, we will get into that. We're going to break down your favorite team. We're going to break down your favorite team, no matter who you are. And we're going to talk about, what they need to do and all that stuff. As far as where does he rank among active quarterbacks, it's number one.
Yeah.
As far as...
I want to talk about the legacy. This podcast, man, that's what we can do this, man. We could dream. We can put up rankings. We could do all that. I would like to say, I think he's top 5. I got him ahead of Aaron Rodgers. Right now, as far as what he did, what he proven, I think he ahead of Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers came up short more times than Pat Mahomes. Pat Mahomes and what? This is 6 year, 5 years starting, 6 years playing. That man had been to 3 Super Bowls. So in half his career, he had been to the Super Bowl and then won a third of the time. So
Nah, he been to. Is it
he
3
been
years?
in the
Two-thirds
league
of the time.
6 years. He been
Two-thirds.
No, I
three
thought he
times.
been to.
He 2 for 3 in the Super Bowl.
3 times.
2 for 3. I thought he was 2 for 4.
He 2 for 3 in the Super Bowl.
Oh,
He's 2 for
okay.
3. He been half the time, 3 years. Not even counting that he didn't start 1 year. He sat on the bench.
They didn't go
So
to the
in
Super Bowl
6
that year.
years, what? What do you mean?
Well, that year they had Alex Smith. No, he was just saying like, are you talking about the success?
No, they didn't go. I'm just saying
No.
I'm not saying he been to the Super Bowl. I'm saying
Mhm.
he has 6 years of experience, but only 5 years starting. So I'm only accounting 5 years playing because that's the only ones he can control. Controllable years out of 5, he been 3 times and he won 2 of them.
Mhm.
And that is excellent by itself. Like at the end of the day, that man, I think he's top 5. At the end of the day, top quarterbacks is Joe Montana, Steve Young, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Terry Bradshaw.
Oh, don't you put
And
him up there.
I know
Don't you put
Peyton
him up
ahead
there.
of Terry.
Don't put,
I gotta
don't
put
put
Terry up
Bradshaw
there, but he
at
had
all. No, don't put him up there at all.
he's top 10.
No.
Ben,
No.
Big Ben. Let me
No.
go through my list.
Go look
Big
at that man's
Ben.
stats.
I know it's
Me and
stats.
Joe
He's
Green,
still a
me and
Super
Joe Green
Bowl
won
winning
the Super
quarterback.
Bowls.
He
Me
a
and Joe
Super
Green
Bowl
won the
winner.
Super Bowl. Me and Joe Green won them Super Bowls. The Steel Curtain won them Super Bowls. Not
The
Terry
numbers
Bradshaw.
might not be good because the football was played differently then, but he did what was
What?
asked of him then. Football was
Hey,
played differently.
He
And
only
did
know
what
that.
was asked of him.
I don't put Terry
I'm not gonna
Bradshaw
knock
in the all-time
I'm
conversation.
not putting him in top 5, but
yeah.
I'm saying he's top 10.
Mahomes right now, I
Mahomes gotta
think
be top 5.
he's 27, man. Like, and I don't think we doing him any justice by even trying to put him in an all-time conversation right now. Because he's so young, right? Like when you think about what he's done already, bro, he's been to the Super Bowl 3 times, and we, as a Cowboys fan, bro, I've been waiting on one since '96. He been 3 times, like right there. I agree with Corey. Number 1 in the NFL now, by far, right?
Yeah.
You can't argue with that. He's number 1 quarterback in the NFL.
Nah, Hemp said Jalen Hurts number 1.
He said Jalen Hurts number 1.
Yeah.
He top 5. Top 5. I would even dare say top 3. But because I think you got Pat Mahomes, Josh Allen, and then I would arguably put Jalen Hurts at that 3rd spot after those 2 guys.
Mike crazy, man.
But all-time rank, man, he goes now into a list of quarterbacks with more than 1 Super Bowl. And that's kind of the pot that I gotta leave him in right now. As his career progresses, I saw something yesterday that said that I think him and Tom Brady are tied with their win percentage in the first 6 years or something of their career like that. So if that's the case,
this chat is crazy.
He's the Robert Ory of Ghost. Hey man. So I think he's up there. He's up there, but to put him in a rank right now, that's kind of hard.
You can't put him.
You can't put him in an all-time rank.
We own it all, but I definitely think he's top 5 already. I think he's ahead of Aaron Rodgers right now.
No, he definitely ahead of A-Rod.
You know what the funny? It's funny that you bring up Aaron Rodgers, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny. No. I'm saying it's funny you bring up Aaron Rodgers.
No, I'm saying he's talking about Lamar Jackson. No.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying if you go back to early Aaron Rodgers, right, when and people was talking about how great he was and this and the third, and fast forward to now, like that's why you got to be cautious by crowning somebody that's 27 years old. I'm not saying that Pat Mahomes can beat Aaron Rodgers. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's been a long time since Aaron Rodgers won something. Yeah. So, I mean, like, at this point, let the guy play ball and let's see what ends up happening.
Half of that won't Aaron Rodgers' fault either. Half of that been put on special teams and defense.
What do you mean?
Oh, my God.
NFC Championship against Seattle Seahawks. They was
up. Like Todd said, there's so many guys ahead of Pat Mahomes right now. At 27, I can't.
Hey, Hemp, you called me stats one episode, right? Did you see the stat about quarterbacks that go to the Super Bowl the first time and lose, how they typically never go back? Mm-hmm. Did you see that? You hear about this stat? We're just curious.
I just wonder.
And quarterbacks that win the MVP, they never won the Super Bowl.
That's true. That's a fact. Yeah, that one got broken this year, right? That was nice.
So So
I was just I won't saying to be. I was just letting you know. You called me stats. I was just giving you statistics, bro. Like Bear on ESPN. Shout out.
I mean that stat was irrelevant because Aaron Rodgers.
Dan Marino lost his first one, never went back. Cam Newton lost his first one, never went back. Jalen Hurts won his. We still yet to see. I think he will go back at some point. But yeah,
but
that's a
that's
stat.
49ers done
Interesting
waxed
stat.
Aaron Rodgers enough times. They didn't beat
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers enough time to put him out, and he didn't make it to the doggone jump.
Yep.
At the end of the day, if that was Patrick Mahomes, they go for it on fourth down. He don't kick no field goal. Andy
Hey,
Reid would not kick that field goal because he got Patrick Mahomes. At the end of the
hey,
day, Aaron Rodgers is to blame for being Aaron Rodgers. I ain't seen plenty of time he ain't scored no points against that 49ers defense, and doggone Pat Mahomes just tore up a number one pass
hey,
defense in the Eagles.
hey,
We can compare those two. You're
yeah.
not gonna tell me that's
Hey,
the
look,
same.
I'm going
Y'all
through
know
this.
how I feel
I'm going
about
through
Aaron
the
Rodgers.
and Chase, I'm going through the comment section, right? And AD said, as soon as FanDuel will allow you, bet on Pat Mahomes. I'm gonna tell you the funny thing is, Pat Mahomes lately has been a safer bet than the stock market. I mean, like
Right.
you, I mean, like, that might
Yeah.
even be even a retirement strategy for you.
Mhm.
If you're older and you haven't been investing in anything, go ahead and put your money on Pat Mahomes year after year. Uh, one of these years you're gonna hit, like, because that's what's gonna happen. I mean, whatever the
I
odds
think he
are.
got a potential chance of catching Brady though. If anybody got a chance,
To me, like it was just impressive because I know I'll admit it. I didn't think that they would be as good without Tyreek Hill this year. I didn't.
yeah. I mean,
Definitely didn't
yeah.
think the Chiefs was going to the Super Bowl when they lost Tyreek Hill.
We still got to find out is he the product of Andy Reid's system? Because I say every single quarterback in this system has been a good quarterback,
Yeah.
and I mean Pat Mahomes just might be the best quarterback he done had to put in this system. But you ain't never seen a quarterback in this system play bad. Never. You can't name him. At the end of the
Huh.
day, Patrick Mahomes being as great as he is in the Andy Reid system might be a. We got to send wild Andy. I do got to see that. Other than Tom without Bill, we saw Tom without Bill. He still won the Super Bowl, but Bill is a defense coordinator versus Andy being an offense coordinator.
Man, hey, look, let's put Craig's on the screen because Craig has the comment of the day. Craig has the comment of the day. Like, share, and bring a friend. We tell you all the time, man. The chats are always jumping. The comments are always good, man. We love you guys. Like and share. If you haven't hit the bell to know when we're coming, because when I tell you the work that we're gonna put in this off season,
Ooh.
you are going to be you're going to know exactly what to talk about when you get to the water cooler. You're going to know about your team, his team, her team, they team. You're going to know everything that's going on. You're going to know these draft picks. Like, you're going to know all this stuff. We already started putting in the work. The work is going to be there. So please like and share. The first quarterback in that system to win it all.
Yeah.
You right, Mike.
Oh
Mike,
yeah,
right?
you're right.
That's why I said this is the best quarterback in that system, but every quarterback in that system has been well. But Patrick Mahomes is without a doubt the best quarterback in this system.
Yeah.
But he could just be regular old Joe and somewhere else. We don't know. He might just be a quarterback don't make it.
Yeah.
He might just be a potential playoff jump. Might be.
I mean, you know what the funny thing is with Pat Mahomes? It's one of those things where Pat Mahomes, I hate to say it, Luka Doncic, some of these guys that you look at, and I'm not seeing the athlete body that we are accustomed to. Like, I'm not seeing a body of sacrifice. I'm not seeing a body of a guy that's in the gym squatting and
Do you
doing all
see that
sorts
in
of stuff.
quarterbacks? Oh, you talking about?
I'm just talking about like some of these
Jalen
high end
Hurts.
athletes. I'm saying when I'm seeing like I'm so the answer,
Jalen
the
Hurts
reason
the
why I
only
can't
person
put,
squatting 700 pounds.
I'm just saying, like, when you see the work from that young man, like, I'm not even sure that Pat even has to work that hard. Like, he just don't. His body doesn't look like it. He reminds me a little bit of Ben Roethlisberger. That's what he reminds me of.
That's a good point. But see, you know what? Brady was his body was very unathletically built at first too. Right. And as he got older, he went into the longevity piece and he really started focusing on his health. But
Yeah.
I mean, I agree. Pat don't look like he put too much time in the gym. Like he looked like he just look at the weights and just walk out.
Yeah.
I thought about it.
He's probably in the gym playing Candy Crush, eating candy. It ain't nobody gonna check him. I mean, you gonna check him.
Can't check him.
Some of these
Yo, did y'all hear? Like, okay, one bad thing about the Chiefs. Did y'all hear that the Chiefs got that rule that if they down at halftime, Andy Reid don't talk to reporters? Oh, that's trash.
You say that?
That's trash. Why you don't want to talk to reporters if you're down at halftime?
Who?
Andy Reid. The Chiefs don't allow Andy Reid to be talked to at halftime if the Chiefs are down.
Yeah, because you probably don't want to disrupt my flow. If I don't care. I'm
But
worried
other
about the
coaches
game,
do
man.
it.
So
Other coaches
yeah,
talk.
I mean, other coaches can do
That's a
whatever they
little. That's
want.
a little odd, man. But they make the players talk to the media. So why he ain't got to talk to them?
Hey, listen, man. It is what
Yeah.
it is. You
Because
think
he was making his
Bill Belichick
adjustments.
talk to the? I don't think Bill Belichick want to talk to anybody.
Nah,
I
he'll
can
never
guarantee
want to
we can look
talk,
that
but
up.
he do it.
Bill ain't doing
he
that.
do it. He give the most
Yeah.
boring interviews and he don't have to talk no more.
Yeah.
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 Man, hey, look, man, our time has come to an end.
Tomorrow we
Check
got
for
10 more minutes,
We got
man.
10
minutes.
minutes.
Try to cut
Hey,
that
what you
Take
want to
it
end
to
the
10 minutes.
episode
10
early
minutes.
for?
Hey,
I ain't trying to introduce. I ain't trying to hit it early. But
We got
can
one more
cover
time.
tomorrow. Ego, just so
What's next for
in
Philly?
case we're up against the gun. Tomorrow we won't be on, but Wednesday we will be. Are you gonna have those results for everybody for the
Yeah,
for the
most
Wednesday game?
definitely.
Yeah, so we're gonna go over our results, and we're gonna put out the schedule for what, so you'll know when your team is gonna actually be broken down and all that good stuff.
So what's next for Philly, huh?
You said what's next for Philly?
Mm-hmm.
Hamp said, "You right,
AD,
Hamp said."
he is sad. You should see him last night, boy. I thought that Packers experience be gone.
Hey, that boy, woo, he was hot. Ain't called me back earlier today. No, nothing. No,
Man,
nothing,
listen,
man. God, his
my
posture's totally different today. Y'all see, he was sitting back 2 weeks ago, all cocky in the chair, got the waves spinning in the joint.
Can we talk about this Tubi commercial? This Tubi commercial messed everybody head up.
That joint was brilliant, bro. That joke caused 15 seconds of pure chaos.
Did you see the Tubi commercial, bro?
Man,
it act like they was bringing the Super Bowl back on, and then switched over and turned everybody's TV to like the app, the
Mrs. Smith,
and put on Mrs. Smith, and then like everybody was like, "What a remote at? What a remote at?"
Pure chaos.
Everybody out in it.
Yeah, I thought one of the kids had sat on the remote, man. I was upset. I was upset.
Super might not be out again. But I want to
say, I will say real quick, Corey, before I really do hate that I didn't get a chance to fly in to see Hamp's face after that game. Would have been worth every penny.
And you know what was better than that, man? It was a camaraderie there, man. It was a great time.
I know, man.
It was good food. It was good food. It was man. And when the Eagles are back next year, we'll have an even bigger party. So he said, we'll have an even bigger party, man.
Hey man, I just want to say, hey man, for what's next for Philly. Philly is in a great position because they have a top 10 pick.
Come on, Corey, stop! Don't spill the beans, man. We ain't got to that.
I ain't gotta go into what I think they're gonna drive, what their needs is. I'm just saying the rich get richer. I could go into the fact that I think they should trade that pick, trade back and collect some more.
Absolutely.
And just get capital. Get a pick for next year. Like you can really rotate this pick down as far as you want until you need it. At the end of the day, you can keep ciphering this thing for more picks. More and more picks. But we'll get into that later. You don't want to dive into what's next.
And Mike said that Pat is a great athlete. You saw how he ran from the defenders on one leg. Yeah, I saw that also.
He didn't have one leg.
That was impressive. That was impressive, bro.
He's just not need. That's all that is. He has both legs. He just not need.
Another question. The Mamba mentality on the football field.
Hey, listen.
No, you ain't kidding nobody out.
Hey, that man didn't want to lose, man.
Hey, you saw. Hey, listen here. I'm gonna tell you. I don't know what was in that syringe that he took at halftime, but I think it started with an F.
Some horse tranquilizer, bro. You accused the NFL of some dirty stuff, boy.
I'm telling you, man. I saw him cry, man. So you're right, Mike. He's an athlete, man.
Yeah. How did Devontae?
He was running like a junkie
playing that game, man. How did Devontae Smith get up and play in that game after
that boy was getting
like grasshoppers?
What?
His legs were bent back like a grasshopper, man. Hey. How does man get up and play more?
Hey, and that first hit when Justin Reed hit that boy, I said, "Oh, it's about to be a long night tonight." Them boys came out hitting.
Hey, speaking of that though, shout out to Devonta Smith because I didn't even get into those numbers. Devonta Smith, 9 targets, 7 receptions, 100 yards. AJ Brown, 6 receptions, 96 yards and a touchdown. Them boys played.
Hold on. Hey, Jamie had a call out for what's the name? One of your picks for what's the name? Get 100 yards.
AJ.
Dropped that jump there.
AJ
for 4 years.
Not about 4. He had 96.
Boy, 96 yards. Golly. Write that down. I had 300 yards from Pat Mahomes, man. And he ain't give me 300.
He ain't do it. Yeah.
I told y'all need to start making these
yards.
competitions so hard.
Oh man, Mr. Todd crazy.
Hey, look, again, I don't do moral victories. You know, that great. Y'all spent y'all money, had a party, had people over, and then kicked them out when the game was over. You know, I mean, I get it, man. Hey, look, I called my boy on FaceTime. He had his brother answer the phone. I had to talk to Huey before I talked to Frank Lucas. Couldn't even get him on the phone.
Hey, look, man. Hey, listen, man. I didn't kick nobody. I didn't kick nobody out. Hey, Jamie, we sent people with plays then with Jamie. Yeah, it was a good time. Ain't nobody get kicked out. We had a great time. All right, man.
I couldn't get kicked out because I left early. I won't let. All right, so I ain't the one.
Our time is coming to the end. We're at the 4-minute mark. So, Corey, what you got?
Hey, I just want to say I had a great time. I appreciate the love. I appreciate the invite. Had a great time. Good food, Jamie. You threw down on the grill. Everything was delicious. Had a great time. Only thing I wish more that my boy would have got a Super Bowl, man. But you know,
we reached 100 messages.
Everything don't go that good.
Shout out. Bomb.
I can't see it, man. It's crazy. I cannot see it, bro. It's weird. Like everybody else see the 100 messages or something, me to post it up. But yeah, man. Yeah, man. I had a great time, man. Wonderful time. Again, man. I thank for all y'all chiming in and commenting in. Hey, man. Really, the time starts now, man. We really get into this thing, man. Right now, off season, baby. Off season.
All right, Jamie, it's on you, bro.
I am so glad that this season is over. I am tired of the Eagles and the Chiefs. Glad they won. Happy that someone. I'm just glad it's over. I'm just ready to start over with get this draft going, get the free agency going. You know what I mean? Combine going. Everybody start over fresh, man. It's gonna be a fresh beginning, new beginning. Look forward to see what the finals and stuff like for basketball, or whatever. But I mean, I'm just glad this NFL season is over. It's been a long 20-some weeks, bro. Thank you for everyone. Thank you, everyone.
What you got? So you, Ron.
In the words of the great Travis Kelce.
Oh my God.
You gotta fight for your right to party. Start over. Hey, Hemp, y'all gonna be good for a long time, bro. I'm sorry this had to happen to you. I haven't seen one since '96, so you can run with that, you know. Again, Jay, I agree with you. I'm glad the season's over, man. It's been a long year. All them fantasy football losses, I get to go back to the drawing board on my team, you know, get some draft picks. It's game time, man. This is gonna be the best part of the podcast right here coming up.
So excited.
All right. First thing I'm gonna say is shout out to Mrs. Hemp. She was the real MVP. She put together a beautiful event yesterday. Shout out to Jamie. Thanks for burning it up on the grill. Thanks for everybody that came through the rock with us. And most importantly, thank everybody in these chats that's coming here rocking with us. Like I said before, every time you come up here, you give us an opportunity to get better. These guys, they know their sports, but they're even better people. So the more you rock with us, the more you get to see. That's all I got. Like I ended always. Most important thing is love yours. That's it. We out.